a ton of Wolverine play, some Bucky. I know that I think EMEA.
Coordinated team play. Love to see that. Madara gonna try to take this space now and own this angle. It's a strong Emma position, but the Groot from Impunity is terrifying right now. We may have to see potential Wolverine on the opposition encounter.
It's so tough to deal with the damage output of this hero. Just walking at you like you mentioned.
Wow.
It's not much you could do about that. Maybe build the Stratus ultimate. They were building it so quickly, but at that second phase, once that Wolverine's walking at you, it's going to be tough. And right now, I mean, no portal play is going to be here in time. Actually, maybe.
Those who are curious, when you are using that dive with Wolverine, you actually, you know, it is an LOS where you can grab people that are in front of you, but if you are just in proximity within melee range, you know, if you're very close in a circle around, even if you are, you know, back to back with you need to hold on, but everyone's going to fall for wild cards.
Yeah, and they kind of have to pop that many holes just to deal with the dance floor from 30 on YDH. So good follow-up. Aiton also committing the Bucky ultimate. It's not ideal necessarily for wild cards, but coming into this one, Darkzero, they have the positioning to set up. Maybe get a one-shot as well with Smash with this last stand. We'll see how it happens.
We're going to see a hold here. Swag going to set up there with the turret team building around the turret. Unfortunately, not able to hold it for long. Out immediately, we see crystals pop for the side of 30 as they're still maintaining that position. Madara going to own this space now, shoving them backwards. They're not able to hold around that corner, which is very defensible, and that is tough. The momentum here for Darkzero is palpable. Tackle again. Try to be followed up by Intent, and we do see the final judgment. Does this get some value? A ton of damage out. Dance floors are matched. Does anyone fall? Madara going to try to collapse here, and yes, Swag goes down. But we see now Intent falls, and we are going to see the Psionic Seduction. Are we going to get some people walking? Not quite yet. Looking towards the back line now in the front line. Impunity with a two-piece down. Goes the Strategist. Havoc up again. Psionic right back at him. Raimi does not land that meteor onto anyone, unfortunately. And we have another dance over to this on the Carp, and that is a Strategist down. Smash Intent now on Raimi. There goes that strangling, and it is huge. Impunity with the 3. Should I see 4? Wow, what a strangling prison there, followed up.
Looks incredible, man. I mean, the amount of times he's flanked, found it. There's gonna be a ton of healing. Also 3 Vanguards down range. Swag finds the opening pick though on the Scroll Girl. This character can actually do a ton of damage even without the damage boost. So nice pickup from Swag. We've seen this from Solaris as well, playing the Scroll Girl without even Storm at times, and it already pans out.
Yeah, I do think that's everyone, and that is a new addition to this composition. Love to see that as they retake the point and Smash. Gonna drop Swag.
Good read by Intent there, or Velocity rather, who went for the copy onto Intent to bring everybody back. So kind of just acts like a third support ult as well, because you get the overshields now. So Intent built up his own ult. He's also finding picks, and
high walls go up. Intent gonna self-res like we had discussed. Out goes clobbering time now. They find one as Raimi now falls. Numbers still being evened out. Slightly up in the favor of Darkzero. Oh my goodness, Gear gonna take out Aiton now, and they're still maintaining this space with some alts up. Wild cards though, a crazy rendition of the triple composition, and Raimi trying to find the pick early, walling off the front line. Good decision, but is the res still up? We'll find out shortly. Swag, it is, but it's actually by Rocket as Skier's gonna bring back Madara. Havoc finds Intent. They're walking him down now, and this is what you need for wild cards to get some momentum while still being. Let us proceed, and this is just a dominant turnaround by Wild, but I would still say Darkzero bringing them down to 40 seconds here is nuts. And here comes the portal through for the second, but not sure there will be a third as the portal's just a little bit delayed, but and another strong tackle here by Madara walking through on Raimi. There's that tackle from Smash once more. Last stand very close at 75%. Smash walking forward now 78. As you can see there on the bottom right of the screen, the sticks on the controller. Nice pick by Intent now onto Havoc.
This makes it even worse on him with that last stand.
Yeah, beautiful double there from Smash after the tackle, and that is a problem. Soon to be potentially 3. Tries to escape. Good tackle there again. Well played. Wow, the Strategist line in the back. Good focus in that moment. That was dicey. Well played again by Velocity here and Skier, who are making sure Smash can play hyper aggro and try to find another pick. Walking back. Still not going to get too much value, but good idea and way to walk forward. Does buy them some space. But right back at them now. Wildcards comes in with Eaton. 30. Going to make sure the dance floor is matched. Raimi holding onto that piece of the abyss. Can they get a pick through this? They do. Well done by Aiden through the dance floor. Beautiful play as Wildcards now has some momentum.
To go in overtime. If you find an early pick, you can force the overtime spawns, which is 14 seconds, and that could be huge for them in this last phase. But oh man, no, the stun and shut down under Raimi.
Yeah, that is tough here as Smash gonna hold on here and take home map 1.
2, 3.
Yeah, in stage 1 with GQ, with
that's something they designed themselves, but I think that's an incredible position here for the side of Darkzero. And yes, they are. I saw this coming potentially here, trying to make a big play with the penny. The kidnap comes through. Does it find much value? It does not. They're going to try to web through and make a play happen on the low side. And unique walkthrough idea, which kind of messes with the portal kidnap strategy. Up we go as Aiton finds one. Down goes Intent. Rymai going to find Skier now. And that is...
Not necessarily played today much, but we know how strong that hero is in the past and still is at points. So the wildcards going to have to deal with that. Also can set up their own Venom dives to Rymai.
Yeah, honestly, I am...
Ready to put on a show.
And they walk up. They use their own Fate of the World towards the point because of the Captain America from Impunity side, forcing now a Fate of the World's on the opposite side. Also, Aiton goes down. So one by one, Darkzero working themselves into it, also with the ultimates still available.
Yeah, good utilization there of Cap just to force out a strat line all without having to
fights. They can commit both, Stratus ultimates and then have a Cap ult to win on top of it. The only downside is that Smash, does have the Luna Snow resource, the Snowflake to sort of give him the potential in the 1v1s, but because of the Emma Frost team up, force off, met by a Fate of the World.
And the fight begins now. Fate of both worlds is out. It's matched on both sides. 30 and Velocity dancing together, but who is going to be knocked out? No one quite yet. Out goes the invisible boundary now. Will it be matched right back by Skier? I mean, what a retake there by Darkzero. It didn't, it was what? Knock-up play when you're diving in on the back line. It makes Psylocke have a lot more value because it's just so much easier to read the movement when they're falling at an easily readable, up and down angle. And that's kind of the quote-unquote team up there with Cap, like you're mentioning. So great call out there instead of having that additional clone, and Darkzero immediately
from Madara, and eventually Aiton's going to go down. So with points on the board, you're coming in trying to flip it. You've lost too many people at this point. It's just 2 strats and a Vanguard at this point. Stagger is going to eventually come through. Maybe you can build up Stratus ultimates, but it feels like every time they find a pick, it's not enough, and they've swapped over to Captain. He's having a pretty good game on the Psylocke so far. It's just compositionally right now in terms of the cohesion and the dive timings by Darkzero. It's been perfect. Havoc, though, does find Smash. So, again, these opening picks keep going Wildcard's way, but can they cap?
Down goes Intent from Swag out of the sky, following up on Eaton, and they are keeping the pressure on. Oh, off map goes Smash with no dashes left. Eaton, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed, and this backline is going to live, right? Everybody else on Darkzero's side is going for the reap.
Zero does have ult advantage. It's all about this fight now. Now is the time to take it, and a ton goes out as Smash finds one. They see Impunity now out of 30, Velocity out of Havoc, and that is a dangerous position to be in. It's all about cleaning up the rest, and they do, as everyone...
On comparison, on the other side cards, but for Wildcards' side, I mean, but realistically, in 8 and 2,